Good afternoon. Today, I'll be giving my tribute speech on Tim Walz. Thank you all for being here. Imagine a person who has been a soldier, a teacher, a football coach, a congressman, and a governor. For most people, even mastering one of those roles would be a lifetime achievement. But Tim Wall has lived all of them with one goal: serving others. What makes Tim Wall special isn't just his job titles, it's his character. People describe him as steady, patient, and deeply caring. Whether he was leading soldiers, teaching students, or governing a state, he always put people first. My central idea is that Tim Walz is worthy of a tribute speech because his life reflects service, compassion, leadership, and dedication, and those qualities have inspired me personally. Today, I will share four main points. First, his early life in service. Second, his time as a teacher and a coach. Third, his accomplishments as a public servant. And fourth, how he has influenced me myself. Tim Walz was born in 1964 in a small rural town in Nebraska, the kind of place where everyone knows each other and hard work is part of daily life. His childhood was simple but meaningful, shaped by responsibility, helping others, and learning discipline. I actually feel a personal connection to this part of his life. I grew up in a small town on a farm as well. Like Tim Walz, I had to start working at a young age. I know what it feels like to wake up early, take care of chores, and pitch in for your family. Growing up in a rural environment teaches you respect, responsibility, and the importance of the community. This connection makes me appreciate Walls' story even more because I understand how those early experiences shape a person's character. According to the Minnesota National Guard, Walls was joined in the Army National Guard at only 17 years old. While most teenagers focus on themselves, he chose to serve his country. This says a lot about the person he already was. While most people only do 3 to 5 years in the military, Walls went on to serve 24 years in the Army National Guard. During that time, he trained soldiers, led teams, and showed up for the people who depended on him. He eventually retired as a command sergeant major, which is the highest rank an enlisted soldier can achieve. That rank represents trust, leadership, and deep responsibility. In the book The National Guard, an illustrated history by Alan Millant, the command sergeant major is described as a heart of a military unit, the person soldiers rely on for guidance, direction, discipline, and support. That tells us Walls wasn't just a leader with a title, he was someone people looked up to and trusted. His military service shows leadership begins with character, not power. After his military career, Walls became a high school geography teacher. This transition shows how flexible and open hearted he is. He didn't chase fame, he went where he could help people the most: the classroom. He also coached football, worked with students one on one, and created a supportive environment for young people. Education Week reports that Walls was known among students as a supportive and relatable teacher. He listened to students and encouraged them to dream big. Students described him as someone who believed in them even on days when they didn't believe in themselves. This kind of impact stays with people for a lifetime. Walls eventually entered politics because people in his community encouraged him to run. They trusted him, so he stepped up. He served 12 years in the U.S. House of Representatives before becoming governor of Minnesota in 2019. According to the U.S. House of Representatives archives, his work in Congress focused heavily on supporting veterans, improving school funding, and expanding healthcare, the same issues he cared about long before he became a politician. And NPR News describes Walls as a calm and steady leader who shows focused on working families and fairness. What stands out is that he didn't lose his personality once he entered politics. He remained kind, patient, and thoughtful. When you look at all the stages of Tim Wall's life, the soldier, the teacher, the congressman, the governor, the same qualities repeat. He is calm in difficult situations. He listens before he reacts. He treats people with respect and leads with empathy. He believed that communities he believes that communities grow stronger when people help one another, and leadership means serving, not controlling. These qualities are rare, and they explain why so many people view him not just as a leader, but as a role model. Tim Walz inspires me because of the kind person he is, not because of his titles. He shows that leadership is not about being the loudest or the most powerful. It's about helping people. His calmness reminds me to stay steady in stressful moments. His kindness shows me that treating people with respect is always the right choice. His life of service and encourage his life of service encourages me to be more giving and more responsible. And as someone who also grew up in a rural farming environment, seeing someone come from a similar background and achieve so much gives me the confidence in my own future. He shows that your roots don't limit you, they only strengthen you. In conclusion, Tim Walz is worthy of a tribute because his life shows service, compassion, leadership, and dedication. Today, I shared his early life and military service, his teaching career, his political accomplishments, and the ways he has personally influenced me. His story reminds me that being a good person matters just as much as being successful. He inspires me to be kind, patient, and strong on the farm, in school, and in life. Thank you.